Taking it to the streets, an army of volunteers handing out flyers and hanging posters looking for that young mother from Muskegon County who police believe may have been abducted. It's now been 3 days since Jessica Heeringa disappeared. As the hours tick by, her family is praying they will see her again.
A special task force is still digging into numerous leads about who may have taken the young gas station clerk and why. Here's a look at how the events have unfolded from the abduction to the investigation tonight. Friday, April 26th, 25-year-old Jessica Heeringa was just finishing up her shift at the East Sternberg ExxonMobil gas station when she suddenly disappeared around 11 p.m. By 11:15, police had received a 911 call that the clerk was missing.
She loves her family, and she wouldn't just leave. Her
purse, belongings had been left behind. The station's cash drawer also untouched. It seemed suspicious, but there were no surveillance cameras in the store to provide any answers. Saturday, April 27th, Norton Shores police turned to family and friends, questioning where Jessica might be. But by Saturday afternoon, they alerted the media asking for help. Sunday brought a big break in the case.
We are now prepared to reclassify this case as an abduction.
As the news that the young clerk and mother to a 3-year-old son had been snatched, her family jumped into action.
I was just wondering if I could put some of these flyers in your window.
Plastering flyers with images of Jessica wherever they could find space. Her mom, Shelley, pleading for her safe return. Sunday night, police released a vehicle and suspect description, saying they're looking for a silver Chrysler Town & Country minivan driven by a white male between 30 and 40 years old. Fox 17 also observed cameras had been installed in the store where Jessica worked. A Michigan State Police chopper joined in the search on Monday as the group of people passing out flyers to find Jessica continued to grow. Her mom, Shelley, gave us a live update on the search and support on Fox 17 News at 5.
It's been amazing, the amount of people who have just come to show us their support, come to pick up flyers.
As the search stretched on to Monday night, Jessica's fiance and father to their young son had this message for her abductor.
Whoever took her, just because you did wrong, do right, bring her back to us, please.
Jessica's abduction has shaken the Lakeshore and the rest of West Michigan.
And the first few days of the investigation can be very crucial to the case. Here to tell us why is attorney Kurt Benson from the Cooley Law School. Thank you so much for being with us.
My pleasure.
Let's start there. Why is the window of time when the person first disappears to finding them, why is that so important?
Well, unfortunately, it's just a matter of statistics. For example, the U.S. Justice Department issues statistics every year, and I know for children, for example, if a child's not found within the first 3 hours, there's something like a 78% likelihood that the child's not going to be recovered alive. It's a little longer with adults, but it's just a matter of simple statistics.
We all know with the case of the Boston Marathon bombings that video, the modern surveillance cameras, have really added a lot of clues to the search for answers in something like this. But in a rural area, you don't have a lot of those advantages with the cameras and whatnot. How big of a role does that play?
Well, it's huge, and it's really interesting how this is going to be one of those things where people's attitudes change really quickly, I think, because I remember when I was quite young and I learned that like Romania, these communist countries had these kind of crude cameras set up, and we thought, well, that's ridiculous, that's totalitarianism. And yet now, especially after the Boston Marathon thing, suddenly people are welcoming them. And interestingly enough, they're not government cameras. They tend to be private cameras, cameras installed by stores and bars and restaurants and the like, and the government then gets them from private people. So the government, to my knowledge, except for some intersections and of course those famous you run a red light, you get a ticket type thing, for the most part these are private cameras, and I think by and large, because the first thing everyone said, what's the security camera? Can we see the guy? Do we see the guy? And all of a sudden now, if there's no security camera, people are angry. People are frustrated, saying, where was the security camera? So we've gone completely around on that, and I think people welcome security cameras now.
Okay. Thank you so much for being with us today. That is